Man, I think we picked the wrong day to clean out the garage.
Yeah, it's harder than a swap with a on its.
No doubt. Well, thanks for helping me make some space in here.
It's actually pretty fun, like a walk down memory lane.
I haven't seen so much of this stuff in so long. Ooh, here's my box of yearbooks.
Any pictures of you and the King and I in there?
Shut up.
Are all of these boxes full of our old band CDs and t-shirts we never sold?
Look, there must be thousands of them.
It's like the warehouse in Indiana Jones, except instead of being full of priceless artifacts, it's full of useless crap.
My mom still likes us.
Does she want 2,000 CDs? Let's just recycle it.
Yeah, I guess. The dream is over.
Wait, what's that?
What's what?
That sound.
It sounds like chickens. I think it's coming from back here. Let me... shine that flashlight over here.
Wait, is that?
No, it can't be.
It's JEFF.R.E.E!
Playing games and having fun, but sometimes we didn't know who won. We did some science and we made someone to referee. Meet JEFF.R.E.E. 2D cells and a microwave, an electric razor and an interface, a tube TV and an old shoelace, a laser disc of inner space, some softened butter and a pinch of salt, prime directives and a pogo ball, a floppy disk with the writings of Sagan, Verne, and Asimov. 8 live chickens and an old screen door, servo motors and a motherboard, a microchip from a Commodore, bucket seats from a rusty Ford, crutches and some dominoes, make sturdy legs and snazzy toes, old bananas and a ball of yarn, where there once were working arms, light bright Simon speak and spell, a megaphone so we can hear him well, a bolt of lightning and a cosmic tear. Now JEFF.R.E.E. is self-aware.
What's happening, dudes? I'm JEFF.R.E.E.
I haven't seen JEFF.R.E.E. since you and I stopped playing games that needed ref-R-E-ing. That was a long time ago. Poor JEFF.R.E.E. He looks so dusty.
I wonder if he still works. And how are these chickens still alive?
They probably just ate each other's eggs. We should try to turn them on.
These 2D cell batteries are pretty corroded.
Here, take these from the flashlight.
Okay, should we give it a try?
Let's do it.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1.
That was something. Where was I? Oh yeah. Yes, I do think the dream team was a little too stacked for the Olympics.
Hey, JEFF.R.E.E.
I missed you guys. Where you been? What happened to you guys? Why'd you stop having me ref-R-E your games? You look different. Where's your hair?
We grew up, JEFF.R.E.E., and life took us away from here. From the fun and games. We stopped playing and had to start working.
Being grown up sounds bogus.
Yeah, it mostly sucks. But now that there's the pandemic, we can't play gigs, and that means we'll be around more, JEFF.R.E.E.
Pandemic?
There's been a lot that's gone on since we last hung out. You'll never believe who's president.
Is it Dukakis? Perot?
We wish. Come with us. We'll get you caught up. Let's talk. Spencer and Zach Explore the Universe is brought to you by Maine Spirits. Learn more about the spirits they import and what you can do with them at mainspirits.com, on Instagram at main_spirits, or download their app for your smartphone. Stay tuned at the end of the show, and I'll show you how to make a cocktail during happy hour. The show is also brought to you by Bull Moose. Learn more and or order at bullmoose.com, or visit one of their many safely open locations peppered throughout Maine and New Hampshire. You can learn more about this week's releases by checking out the Bull Moose Minute in the middle of the show. Last but not least, the show is brought to you by Sun Tiki Studios on Forest Avenue in Portland, Maine. Sun Tiki Studios, a top-notch rehearsal and performance space. While they are presently closed for shows, you can arrange a safe distance rehearsal with your group at suntikistudios.com. Nice.
And that's just about everything.
Turn me back off.
Aw, come on, Jeff.R.E.E. It'll get better. It has to. Plus, you can hang out with Zach and I on our podcast.
What's a podcast?
It's like a radio show, but on the internet.
And that's the place with all the arguments and boobies?
Pretty much.
Cool. So what's today's show about?
Well, we were just talking about that. We aren't sure. We've been brainstorming, but can't think of anything to talk about.
I wish we had an idea generator.
How about Convotron 88?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that sub-program.
Think you can give us a topic?
No problemo, amigo.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.R.E.E.
You got it.
Ooh, dot matrix paper. Hope we don't run out. All right. The first topic from the Convotron 88 is as follows. Describe a dinner party with any people, living or dead. Choose 8 additional people, 4 each, or you can agree, in addition to the 2 of you. What's the menu? Did you cook? Where are you? What's the best playlist for background music? And what cocktail/beverage is each person served and why?
Wow.
This is a whole show.
Sure is.
All right, I'll go over this again.
This Convotron.
So the Convotron has generated this topic at random. Describe a dinner party with any people, living or dead. Choose 8 additional people. Okay, I see. 8 living or dead, period. Rules. Choose 8 people additional, aside from us. So it'll be 10 in total with you and I in attendance.
Gotcha.
Hosting. We're hosting.
All right.
Right. In addition to the 2 of us. What's the menu? Did we cook it? Right. Where are we? What is the playlist for background music? And what cocktail/beverage is each person served and why? Well, I think if we're going to host this in tandem, would it make sense for you and I to choose our 8 additional guests together, alive or dead?
I think that makes sense. Wow.
Wow, that's a rich topic.
Also, is there an agenda to this party, or are we just hanging out? Like, we trying to impress people, and like, are we just having a good time?
That's a dinner party. Okay, well, that's a good place to start. Like, what kind of dinner party would you want to have?
I mean, I would like to have a dinner party that's just, we can relax, kick back, like, get to know each other. There's no, it's not for, we're not trying to raise money for an event. We're not trying to raise awareness of something. We're just friends hanging out, having a party. I think that's the way I'd like to go.
Well, that's the kind of party I'd like to have, so that's a good start.
Excellent.
Good start.
Not to say that I'm against having fundraising events.
No, but that's just not the kind of dinner party we're
like
having.
A Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
a
fundraising event dinner party would be best organized by people not us.
Exactly.
Maybe
we would be the last.
Yeah. We could go.
Yeah.
We might be invited.
Or we might get called to entertain and donate our time, and then find out that we're the only ones involved that aren't getting paid.
Yeah. Yeah, imagine a scenario like that.
Yeah, no, that's out of the realm of imagination.
No, I can't imagine what that would be like. Okay. So let's choose people to join. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're looking for a balance of funny, easygoing people, but also some sort of intellectually and artistically inspiring people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you're on the same page.
Yeah,
some people,
of course.
I feel like there's a lot of people that, this opening it up to people that are no longer with us also hopefully should make this easier.
Do you think it's fair for either of us or both of us to reserve the right to veto each other's guests for either reason specified or not?
I think we should each get 2 free vetoes.
2 free vetoes, and then after
I was just gonna say, just for no explanation needed. You're not feeling it, you can veto it. But if you use up your 2 free ones, then you have to argue for it.
Fair. Wow. You just made this dangerous. Well, if we can have anybody there, so this is alive or dead. I mean, that's pretty broad. I have a handful of, alive close friends that I would like there, obviously. People whom I have dinner with regularly, or did.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Before times.
During this pandemic right now, it's like I would like to have a dinner party with anybody if that was a thing that we could do.
Yeah. So really anybody. So that's the answer to that topic.
Yeah, that's the
what are we
answer to that.
eating? Anything? Did I cook it? Whatever.
Yeah, we can't afford to be picky in 2020.
No, we can't.
Yeah.
So Bobcat Goldthwait.
As long as everybody shows up wearing a mask, I'm cool.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Doesn't matter.
Paul Rubens.
Oh no, Fran Drescher.
The worst sounding dinner party of all time.
We're here. Oh, we're here.
Where is the gravy? I mean, okay, I'll pick a person. I'll pick Barack Obama.
Excellent choice.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to hang out with Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
I was like, are you going to veto
No,
Ringo?
I'm thinking about vetoing Ringo. Just because I don't know, for the same reason I don't think I'd invite Paul McCartney, because I don't know if, can he hang? I don't know, maybe.
I think Ringo is the hangingest Beatle.
You think so?
I think so.
Well, this is a cocktail party, by the way.
That's right, and he definitely has had some issues with that in the past.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
No, I'm down with
That's
Ringo.
okay.
So far we're President Barack Obama and Ringo Starr.
I feel like that's a good start.
Yeah. Ringo. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Okay, so as far as
we
Obama
got two guests.
and Ringo. I've got one. Gene Wilder.
Ooh. I like that quite a bit.
So I think he'd bring in that kind of contemplative. If you ever see him speak, it's almost like a lecture. By the time he forms his thought, he kind of delivers it as and he's you can tell he's kind of like a romantic, and he waxes philosophical about things.
Mm-hmm. He's one of those guys where his acting style is truly reflective of when you see interviews with him and stuff. It's oh, that's just him. I don't know.
Yeah, an amplified version of
his
himself.
obviously. Yeah.
Did you hear that huge crash? That's part of our production right there. Yeah.
I think that was a piece falling off JEFF.R.E.E.
JEFF.R.E.E.
Yeah, I've got shit falling off me left and right, dudes.
We'll try to fix you up, JEFF.R.E.E.
Hang in there, JEFF.R.E.E.
Are you up? Yeah, you're up.
Yeah, I would like to extend an invitation to Mr. Steve Martin.
Mr. Steve Martin.
That's right.
Yeah, that would be great. He'd be great glue. And on that note, that I was thinking about this person, but now that I know that Mr. Steve Martin is going to be there, I know that I want this person at the party, who is Lily Tomlin.
Ooh, nice. That is a very good choice.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to write... Actually, I'm going to...
Yeah.
You think about your next one. I'm going to keep a list just so we can...
Okay.
I'm going to write this
So we
down.
have
This is hard work.
Ringo, Obama, Steve Martin, Lily Tomlin.
Barack, Ringo.
Yeah.
Steve Martin. Gene Wilder.
That's right.
Lily Tomlin.
That's a great call.
Thank you. I'm a big fan.
Man, that makes me wonder what Gilda Radner would bring to this party.
And when I was thinking about Lily, I was like, either or. Yeah. I'm down with Gilda.
Yeah.
My turn, isn't it?
It is your turn.
You know what we could do? Let's just get some ideas flowing freely, and then we can maybe weed the list down.
Okay.
If we have to.
Yeah.
Might not have to. I mean, it's taken us this long.
We're gonna have to rescind invitations to
Yeah.
some
Sorry.
varietals.
Well, we haven't sent them yet. I didn't
true.
send them yet. President Obama has not RSVP'd.
Okay.
Gilda Radner, Barack Obama, Ringo, Steve Martin, Gene Wilder, Lily Tomlin, Gilda Radner. What a crew.
Yeah, that's great. Great list so far.
Ooh, I think I know. Because I forgot we could do a live with us or not. Mm-hmm. And I guess Gilda's not with us, but I forgot that. Richard Pryor.
Ooh. Yep.
Because he and Gene Wilder might have some shtick.
Yes, they would.
Maybe.
Or we'd expect the shtick, and then they'd be looking at us like, "What? We're just hanging out. We're not
at work.
Right
we're
now.
at a dinner party."
Yeah. It's like,
why don't you sing us a song?
Yeah, exactly. That's right. What's your favorite song to sing? Sing me that one. I don't know.
Yeah. Do Stir Crazy, all of it.
Yeah, so from start to finish. 1, 2, 3, go. Stir Crazy. See no evil, hear no evil.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, I don't know. They might be a bad combo.
I don't know.
But I don't know. Okay, your turn.
Stevland Morris, a.k.a. you know who.
Stevie Wonder would be great. Do you know that Stevie Wonder, I'm telling you this, but I'm sure you know it. Obviously, I'm associated pretty heavily with my admiration of the Beatles, and specifically Paul McCartney. But Stevie Wonder is, I don't even want to call him number 2 because it's just almost like adjacent.
Yeah,
also
he's just
favorite.
a different number 1.
It's a different number 1.
Yeah,
I love Stevie Wonder. In fact, I've been collecting. Well, I guess I can talk to him about this at the dinner party. But I pulled out. I just was in a Stevie mood and I wanted to listen to records, and I pulled out all my Stevie records, and they're all horseshit. They look like they've been dragged down the street. I've had them since I was I
thought that was
16.
your review of the content for a second. It's like,
No,
yeah, I just thought I liked Stevie Wonder. I put it on.
Songs in
It's
the Key,
horseshit.
not so good. No,
Stevie overrated, maybe.
Yeah, am I right, Stevie? I wonder what the big deal is. No, so I've actually been piece by piece replacing all my old copies.
Oh, nice.
I'm stuck on the good one.
Fulfilling for the good one.
The good one. All right, so now we're up Stevie Wonder. Interesting people that I think would be good at a dinner party to talk to. Okay, for instance, I know I don't want to invite Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I wouldn't mind maybe watching a Tarantino movie at some point in the evening, but I don't know if I'd want him at the party.
No, I don't want him at the party. And there's a handful of people that strike me like that. Maybe it would be difficult to be around them. Oh, who am I kidding? David Letterman.
David Letterman. Good call.
And that would make the president comfortable because they've met.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm sure this
is the president hanging out in the corner by himself.
He'd be uncomfortable.
These people are freaking me out. I can't wait to get out of here.
7, 8, 9. That's 9 now.
Oh, so we need one more?
No, we need one less. But you should name one, and then
less.
we should eliminate 2.
Okay.
Ooh, I tell you what. Let's do 2 more. So 2 more for you, 1 more for me, and then let's each veto 2.
Oh man, this is gonna be so hard because I already approve of everybody that's on this list.
I know, but it's gonna be all killer, no filler.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be tough. I mean, I've always thought Carole King would be somebody interesting to converse with.
Is that your choice?
I think that's my choice.
It's a fine choice.
It's the name that popped into my head right now, so I'm gonna roll with it.
I was gonna say I know who my next one is, but I thought that'd be obnoxious. But I should have done it because this is a radio show, so who cares? Or podcast. Sorry, Tina Fey.
Ooh, great choice. Him. I got one more, huh?
You got one more.
Okay, who is this gonna be? One more person to be at this party.
God, this is a great party. If I got the invite to this party, I'd be like, fuck yes.
I'd like to invite Dave Chappelle.
Great call. What a great call. All right. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We need to get that down to 8 because there's only room for 10, including us. So you and I are more important to attend this party.
I was going to say, that would make it easier if we were just like...
Then 4 of these
we just
legends.
invite ourselves.
That's right.
We just stand outside and look in the window while they all hang out and have a good time.
That's right. All right. You want to veto first?
Oh, man, this is going to be difficult. All right.
Nothing personal.
Read through it, because
Here we go.
It's hard.
Barack Obama, Ringo, Steve Martin, Gene Wilder, Lily Tomlin, Gilda Radner. Sounds like the greatest movie of all time. Richard Pryor, Stevie Wonder, David Letterman, Carole King, Tina Fey, and introducing Dave Chappelle.
Oh, no. I can't veto any of these people. They're all so great.
I'm going to jump in.
Okay, please do.
Ringo's out.
Right.
I'm sorry. No disrespect
Sorry,
to Ringo. But
The good news is that means we can put Beatles on the playlist, though.
That's right,
when we
without
get
having
there.
to hear about it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
That was hard.
I still need to pick... Wait, we need to just one more person?
No, we each need to do 2, so I've done 1.
Oh, my God. All right.
Oh my God, who's it gonna be?
Sorry, read the list again.
Barack Obama. No more Ringo. Steve Martin. Gene Wilder. Lily Tomlin. Gilda Radner. Richard Pryor. Stevie Wonder. David Letterman. Carole King. Tina Fey. And Dave Chappelle.
I hate to say this, but I think I'm going to go with Tina Fey.
Well, she's out. Sorry,
Gosh.
Tina.
We'll do a one-on-one later, Tina.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I'll
I'm
just
sure she's completely down for that.
maybe I'll do like a social
Just to-
distance Jamba Juice with Tina later.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We just won't mention the party to her.
Considering, I'm going to make a suggestion here that might make it easy for both of us. Considering some additions, considering that thing I said about Gene Wilder waxing philosophical could be great or it could not be great. And then the potential tensions between Richard Pryor and he could be, because apparently their relationship was good, but also like kind of weird because like Richard Pryor had, you know, his story didn't finish in a super pleasant way.
No.
So I would say, what if we say Rich and Gene will get you next time?
Ah, so it's a twofer.
Yeah, I was just trying to make it easy for
And
both
that
of us.
puts us where we need to be, right?
It does put us where we need to be.
Cool. Well, we'll invite Rich and Gene to the Jamba Juice with Tina Fey.
Dick and Gene, maybe we'll go do bingo or something.
Yeah.
Well, instead they're both not with us. So our dinner party now is Barack Obama, Steve Martin, Lily Tomlin, Gilda Radner. Oh, this is wonderful. Stevie Wonder, and Carole King, and David Letterman, and Dave Chappelle.
It's a good party.
It's a nice party. I'm kind of stinging a
All
little
right,
bit.
so-
Tina stings a little bit. But it's okay. We had to make... Dude, these were...
Yeah, we had to make a choice.
We had to make a call. Hopefully she would understand. I hope she understands. So, okay, so the next part of this thing is what's the menu? Did we cook? Okay, well, I think in fairness to all parties involved, we should look to steer away from things that are not digestible by some people, right? So
With Ringo out of the picture, that takes care of like a lot of those. He was the one that brought his own food to India because he didn't want, because his stomach is so sensitive and all that stuff.
Right,
He's
right.
like a pure vegetarian now.
yeah.
So
Well, I was thinking about going
like,
vegetarian.
He's the one with the most well-known. What's that?
I was thinking about going vegetarian,
Oh, well, that's fine.
or at least like vegetarian base, and maybe have like
Yeah.
substitutable protein. So maybe there is like a beef involved, or chicken, but maybe also we could have some fried marinated tofu to kind of fire in there.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, like the a couple different like entrees, but sides that complement all those entrees.
Actually, you know what we've been making here at the house that's like really great? Actually, this is the way to go, dude. We basically like cut up a bazillion different vegetables, just chop them up. and in somewhat largest chunks, right? And then treat them all, like spice them, whatever, oil, marinade, just however, each thing individually, and then you just fire them on skewers, and then you roast them on the grill, and this could include meat or non-meat, and then you just end up with this giant kind of like tray of fresh, like delicious food, fresh grilled food, mostly vegetables, and that way people could choose their own adventure.
There you go.
Does that work for you?
That works very good for me.
Okay. Well, that's something I can cook pretty well. I was thinking, like, you want to impress Barack Obama, but, like, wouldn't he just be happy with well-cooked food that was good for him?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, he's probably, at this point, would probably like to just enjoy a regular old hangout without any of the, oh, Mr. President, right this way.
Yeah.
He's probably had enough of that.
Yeah, he probably has. I mean, also keeping in mind, he wouldn't be allowed within 500 feet of us, let alone our cooking.
Yeah. The Secret Service people are not invited. They're gonna have to wait.
Yeah,
in the car.
That's right. Like that. They're gonna have to get their own food. We'll order takeout. We'll order like pizza for them. For Secret Service. So did I cook it? I can cook that, and that actually might be a nice moment to. Let me just say this: I am happy to lend my cooking and bartending skills to the party.
Excellent. Well, my cooking skills are not much more than I'll make breakfast for anybody who stays the night. But,
oh, hubba.
But
sign me up.
Well, I mean, not everybody has a Secret Service escort to get them home. So
that's right.
If the cocktail hour goes a little crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Obama had to crash on our couch.
Yeah, well, he'd be welcome to, of course. So if I'm going to be cooking and doing that kind of thing, which I'm happy to do, I actually really enjoy it, and I like busy work anyway. Maybe you could kind of like float about, like keep the music on, that kind of vibe it out.
Make sure everybody's got a drink in their hands. Make sure the music's going.
Yeah, so that would answer that. Why don't you jump over to what would you kind of like focus on for music?
I mean, I think, I'd have to roll with some sort of classic playlist that doesn't make any of the musicians present uncomfortable. I probably wouldn't want to put on like the Stevie Wonder playlist with Stevie there unless he's down to party to his own music.
Well, I mean,
but then that being said,
can I ask this? Are you going to go to a playlist with this group? Or are you going to you got to hand pick this thing?
Well, it would be either a curated playlist or we'd be spinning records, which would be like read the room, get the vibe, put on the record that matches the vibe, and then see where that takes us at the end of the record. Is it like, are we staying on? If the vibe is classic rock, then do we stay there, or yeah?
Well.
Let's
say that I'm way into your vinyl vibe, and in fact, I think that's a nice conversation starter because you can like hold the piece and look at it, and read the thing, and some people here would be like, "Oh, I played on that," which
we could invite our guests to bring vinyl as well.
That'd be nice. Yeah, bring a record if you want to throw one on the deck. But maybe we would. Well, let me ask you this: if we're doing vinyl, you're gonna have to kick it off at some point. What do you have on? What's playing as they walk in, and we can just kind of because you have no idea where this party's gonna go.
I mean, I would default to something Motown. Like I'd put on like a Best of the Four Tops or something like that, just right out of the gate, or like a Best of the Supremes or something like that, like right out of the gate. Something that like nobody's gonna walk in and hear, Bernadette and be like, "Nope, I'm out."
Yeah. And if they are, then wrong party. I would go with that. I would also accept like something, some jazz.
Ooh.
Maybe like the first Cannonball Adderley record.
Yep, something.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of start the mood, like kind of mellow and swinging.
Yep.
See where it goes.
Ease in, see where it goes. Great. And then, did we cook? Yeah. Where are we? Okay. Where do we want to do this?
Oh, good question. Is this like? I mean, I'm picturing this at a home and not like a rented space.
Yeah.
But currently, I'm at my parents' house. And even if I wasn't, my apartment is too small to host this party.
This party is this big. You know what? I might ask if we could host it over at my friend Neil Collins' house. He has a very nice house. He has the record player. It's very comfortable. Big open kitchen. Totally nice for hosting. And I think he has like a table big enough to kind of
Nice.
deal with us.
I mean, I think my parents' house would be a nice spot to have this, but I would hate to be like, hey, Mom, Dad, you got to get out of here because we're only allowed to have 10 people at this party, and
the president's
we
here.
didn't put you on the guest list.
Yeah. Go to your own.
The
Go to your own dinner
president and
party.
Stevie Wonder are here. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, you cool doing it at Neil's house?
Yeah, as long as Neil is.
I bet he'd be fine with it.
Cool.
And the playlist, we did the cocktail and beverage for each person. How do I know what these people drink? Okay, well, I'll just go down the list and shout out some ideas. Do you want to jump in if you feel like you know what their drink might be?
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a shot.
For the president, the good one of these United States,
That's right.
I would just offer a fine bourbon on the rocks.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yes, I was thinking I'd probably hide the James Beam and reach for one of the higher shelves.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Maybe like a Pappy Van Winkle, some small batch stuff. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Steve Martin. I feel like Steve Martin's probably like a wine person.
Yeah, I could see that. I was thinking either like a wine person or he might even be just like a gin and tonic kind of guy.
Ooh, maybe. You know what?
Oh.
Steve Martin, gin martini.
There we go.
Dry. Oh, Steve Martin, a Hendrix martini with a slice of cucumber.
Ooh.
Yep.
Man, I might even want one of those.
Yeah, that sounds great. Lily Tomlin. Maybe a Paloma.
She seems like a white wine kind of person.
Why?
Why?
I was going to say a Paloma, which is a tequila and grapefruit juice with a salted
Yeah,
rim.
well, there you go.
I mean, you don't have to agree. I was throwing out there.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking some fresh juice would be good. Gilda. Like, I bet she's just kind of like I don't know. Is she like?
She seems like...
Is she the beer drinker of the group?
That's what I was going to say. She seems like she's like kind of just like your everyday hangout person. But it occurs to me that with all of the comedy I've seen her do and like the movies and skits and stuff like that, I haven't heard her talk or do her thing much. So she would be kind of a mystery at this party.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough of her to feel like she's kind of just like, no muss, no fuss. Like, that's the vibe I get.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe it's like
just give me a beer.
A nice beer. So I would maybe offer her an Allagash 16 Counties, which is a nice beer, nice clear, crisp. Maybe a Maine Beer Company beer, something like that. Something not too cloudy, not like one of these like crazy juicy beers or hop-tastic mind blowers.
Yeah.
Something easy going, something chill.
Made with millions and millions and millions of hops.
Right. But maybe also like, have some nice craft beers locally made, but also maybe have like some iced down, I don't know, some like Mooseheads or
Red, White, and Trues.
Red, White, and Trues or Miller Lights or whatever. Just keep it chill. Stephen Wonderful.
Stephen Wonderful. I feel like he might join the president with some just bourbon.
Mm-hmm. How about we
feeling that.
make Stevie a Manhattan?
Ooh.
On the rocks. Sub
There we go.
vermouth for an Amaro. So like a nice bourbon, an Amaro, a couple dashes of Amaro, some bitters on the rocks, stir. Yeah. Orange slice for garnish.
And Stephen thinks it's wonderful.
Hopefully.
Dave
Letterman doesn't drink. That much I know.
There we go. So we just want to make sure we have some sparkly waters and...
Yeah, I mean, we'd have an assortment of juices. Like maybe we could have some Spindrifts on hand, or maybe just some grapefruit juice from Lily Tomlin's Paloma and soda. That's a nice thing. You might just want water, coffee. We could have coffee on hand. So
yeah,
and we might find.
I assume. Oh
no, please.
I was gonna say I assume we're gonna have some like fresh. What's the word I'm looking for? Like some like fresh fruits and stuff like that, like garnishes.
Oh yeah,
that
garnish
could make a nice virgin cocktail for Dave.
Yeah, we can make him an edible bouquet.
Yeah.
Carole King.
I'm not sure if she drinks. I don't know. I don't know.
Assuming if Dave were drinking, I feel like he'd probably be like a Can of Light beer kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Carol King. First thing that came to mind was like a martini, just like a olives, kind of like straightforward. Maybe a little dirty, martini. Nothing, not crazy. Not so it tastes like the ocean, but just
Yeah.
you know. Then Dave Chappelle, not Letterman. Dave Chappelle.
I mean, we'd probably want to make sure. Well, maybe he brings his own supply. I don't know. I was going to say, do we need to procure some grass to have on hand for Dave?
Oh, we'll have grass there.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, some grass.
What is this? 1965.
What is he? Yeah, so he smokes weed. We know that he smokes cigarettes.
He seems like a beer guy to me.
He seems like a beer guy to me too.
Yeah.
Like maybe like he'd like could. You know what he'd probably do is like we could give him a can of the of some of the beers we picked out for Gilda, like same pool, but also a nice short pour. He strikes me as a beer with a whiskey with a beer back kind of guy.
Yeah. Yep.
The Boilermaker. All right, so we have drinks for everybody, and we've discussed why and where. There we go. That's our dinner party.
That's it? All right.
I think it's going to be a great time.
I think it's going to be a great time as well. I was kind of hoping there was another part to this question, actually. Did we actually just hit all of that?
We did.
Oh. Man, I just got so caught up in planning that party that I'm all of a sudden bummed out that we can't actually have it.
Yeah, we're not going to that party, dude.
Oh, man.
I mean, we won't even probably meet any of these people.
No. That's the thing is like even the potential of meeting these people that was there like 6 months ago or whatever
Right.
has been completely removed.
Yeah.
Like there was a chance that I could have just run into Dave Chappelle in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You know, like I know people that have had that exact same thing happen, but that's not going to happen anytime soon.
No. All right. It was fun to dream. That was a great question.
Yeah.
Thanks, JEFF.R.E.E. Do you want to
enjoyed that.
Yeah, JEFF.R.E.E. You want to spit out another question from the Convotron 88?
Go!
All right. What do we have here? Okay, this question says the topic of discussion, not a question. Favorite instrument you've ever owned, why, how you acquired it, how you got rid of it, if you got rid of it, and if you can't decide on a favorite, just a really great instrument you have had ownership of. So the question is, what's our favorite instrument we've ever owned? How do we acquire it and or get rid of it if we don't still have it? And if you can't decide on a favorite, just choose an instrument you have had ownership of.
Okay. I know right where I'm going with this one.
Go for it.
I have a black, I believe, 1989 Gibson SG Standard. And
I know it well.
That is a guitar that I will never, ever get rid of. It's been, one of my trustiest axes over all these years from the Guitar Arsenal. I acquired it at the same time I acquired my other Gibson SG Standard. I believe you were with me.
Correct.
When I got them. And they came from Bill McCann, who was sort of our a Beatles guru, cool rock and roll dad. So I had, at one point, I had this really nice vintage Gretsch 6120. It was a 1961. And I bought it because I was like obsessed with Brian Setzer and rockabilly and all those old, 50s guitar players at one point. But I basically at one point when I thought college was something in my future, I had a little bit of a college savings going, and I basically emptied that to get that Gretsch.
Oh my gosh.
But once I had it, I was like, oh, this thing's like a work of art. I don't even want to play it. I don't want to take it out of the case. I don't want anything to happen to it. I don't want it to get nicked. I don't want to sweat on it. And then all of a sudden, like a couple years later, you and I were playing together, and we were doing all these gigs, and I was like, I just need a guitar that sounds great, can take a beating, and also, I have a little bit of a Pete Townsend obsession, and
naturally,
also George Harrison played an SG on a lot of the Revolver sessions. So that had always been. I owned an Epiphone SG at one point when I was younger too, so I always knew that was like kind of a guitar that I had my eyes on, even though it kind of looks a little bit like Batman, or maybe that's part of the reason.
Oh yeah, it does look like Batman.
Bill acquired 2 SGs, and he knew I was on the lookout for one. And so he was like, why don't you come over and take a look at one of these SGs? And I kind of fell in love with both of them and ended up trading him the Gretsch for the 2 Gibson SGs. And I play both of those SGs all the time. I keep the white one in Los Angeles, and I keep the black one in Maine. And depending on where I am in the country, I will use either or. But something about the black one has been like, that's the one I go to all the. I think the other one's like a 91. But yeah, the black SG is my go-to axe.
I mean, those instruments are so great that I have a relationship with them. You know, it's like, you know, when your friend marries somebody that you also like really enjoy, so it doesn't even matter like if they're in the room or not. You can carry on a conversation with their partner and just be like, oh man, this is a great person. And that's how I feel about those guitars. You and your partners.
I feel that way about you too.
Oh, thanks, guys. If you ever do get rid of the white one, please don't hesitate to let me know.
If I were to get rid of it, which I will not.
Right.
But if I were, yeah, you would be probably the only person I would feel good about selling it to or giving it to.
I appreciate that.
I'd probably just give it to you at that point and be like, just let me use it when I need it.
I have a Gibson guitar here that I also got from Bill that you would be the only recipient of as well. I recently acquired a Fender Telecaster, which I'm in love with. And over the years, I bought a P-Bass that I really like, which I have a relationship with that
I also have a P-Bass I've got recently that I really like.
I love it. And I've got my Wurlitzer, which is like super trusty. I gotta say, I'm gonna give the award to, like, if I had to choose something I had historically, I had a very long relationship with a Hammond B2 organ that I replaced the amplifier in with a B3 amplifier so that I could have percussion. And I toured all over these United States with that thing. We've been through so many adventures together. That's probably my favorite instrument of all time. Although the Sequential Prophet 6 is holding a very special place for me because it teaches me daily. So it's between those two. I'm sorry, I'm just working this out, and I'm going to go back to that Hammond organ that I no longer have, and I don't have it because it died. It just I played it to death. I really did.
Yeah, that's what it's made for.
Yeah,
you know?
It wasn't in ace shape when I bought it out of a barn in Dover, New Hampshire. I believe that I had to evict several tenants from the organ. Cute, furry, adorable tenants. A lot of acorns to vacuum out of there. But yeah, that thing was really special. So
I was very sure you were going to go with the Les Paul.
But, I mean, Les Paul, yeah. But I've just also kind of like moved. It fights me sometimes too. I like it. I mean, I'll never get rid of it, but I don't know if it's my favorite right now. I don't know. You could ask me this question in a week. My answer would be different. Like I almost said this Telecaster just because it's like the nice new, the nice new acquaintance who's only saying nice things to me presently. You know, haven't got into the grit, the real stuff yet.
I got a Hofner bass right before this pandemic happened, and I used it for like 4 or 5 gigs like in a row, and it felt so good. It was so light and so easy to play, and just sounded so good immediately. But then I panic fled Los Angeles and left all my stuff there. So it's like it seems like not even realistic that I actually own a Hofner bass.
Yeah, you'll have a nice surprise bass when you get it
That's
back.
right.
Yeah. Well, that was a good question or topic. That was a nice topic.
Yeah.
I think
thanks,
so
JEFF.R.E.E.
far JEFF.R.E.E is doing great. Thanks, JEFF.R.E.E.
You guys are huge nerds now. Like, can we play basketball or something?
No, we don't do that, JEFF.R.E.E.
Yeah.
Not since we were kids.
It's not that we don't enjoy it. It's just that we now are self-conscious and know that we're not good at it, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, we realize how terrible we are at sports.
Adulthood sounds like a real pain in the dick.
That's exactly what it is.
And balls.
You don't have those, Jeffrey. All right, let's take a quick break.
All right. Why, hello there. This is Zach Jones of Spencer and Zach Explore the Universe, and I am here with your Bull Moose Minute for the week beginning July 27th. So, 2020 was slated to be a pretty big year for singer-songwriter Alanis Morissette. It is the 25th anniversary of her hit album Jagged Little Pill. The Broadway musical based on that album is killing it, and she was slated to release a new album in May and then go on tour in support of that album. As you know, we got hit with a little bit of a pandemic, and it sort of torpedoed those plans a little bit. But we are still getting the new album. It's the first album from Alanis Morissette in 8 years, called Such Pretty Forks in the Road. It arrives this week, so check it out at Bull Moose. Also this week, new music from a true national treasure, Mr. Burt Bacharach. That's right. This is the first release from Burt Bacharach in 15 years. It sees him teaming up with songwriter-producer Daniel Tashin. Daniel Tashin is, you may know, as co-writer and co-producer of Casey Musgrave's hit album Golden Hour. But this is the Blue Umbrella EP from Burt Bacharach and Daniel Tashin. And of that record, or of this EP, sorry, Mr. Tashin says, "There's nothing I'd rather do than make music with Burt Bacharach," which I interject with, I've never worked with Burt Bacharach, but I assume that there's probably nothing that I would rather do than make music with Burt Bacharach. Daniel Tashin goes on to say, "They say you shouldn't meet your heroes because they'll disappoint you, but I haven't found that about Burt." So, a happy ending, and I've listened to the single, and it's great. I look forward to hearing the rest of the EP. You can find that at Bull Moose stores. Bull Moose has locations throughout Maine and New Hampshire. They are available online at bullmoose.com. You can find them on Instagram at Bull Moose Stores. They're also on Facebook. They are open for retail with safety protocols in place for, pandemic stuff. And also you can just order from their website, bullmoose.com. They have all of your multimedia needs taken care of. Your LPs, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, books, posters, video games. You name it, Bull Moose has it. Bullmoose.com, Bull Moose Stores. Go there. Do it. This has been your Bull Moose Minute. Thank you.
All right, Jeff.R.E.E., can you please present us with a fresh topic of conversation from the Convotron 88?
One new topic coming up, Four Eyes and Pee-Pee Pants.
Dude, I haven't wet my pants for a long time.
And I still wear glasses, but I feel confident about it.
Imagine taking an insult from a robot who is partially comprised of live chickens. All right, this next topic, fresh off the Convotron 88, says sandals and socks. And it also says, pretty sure you both did this. Yeah.
Well, Jeff.R.E.E. knows us too well, perhaps.
If anyone would. I find this is an era of not hiding from who you've been and where you've been, but moving forward and learning and growing. And I can look my former self in the eyes from some 25 plus years ago, who is wearing wool socks and Birkenstocks and say, though you may be comfortable, you might want to not wear those unless you plan on buying a health food store.
It turns out it's a poor fashion choice.
Yeah, it's not a hot look.
No. So there was 1 year, and when I say 1 year, I mean the entire year, where for some idiotic reason or some confused teenage reason, I decided to try and wear Tevas as footwear for the entire year, including through the Maine winter, which meant acorn socks and Tevas or Tevas in place of boots and sneakers or whatever a sensible person would wear.
Yes, I also did the same thing, and I also had that brand of sandals, so I'm not just like a one brand offender. I had Tevas, I had Birkenstocks. Yeah, I felt they paired well with my Tao of Pooh t-shirt. Pooh just is,
Oh man, that was definitely back in my blue jeans and flannel shirt days, which is actually not a questionable fashion choice by most Maine people standards. But when you mix in acorn socks and sandals in the dead of winter, it's not a good look.
Yeah, it looks like
I'm
you
just
maybe.
like I was just gonna say, just on a skinny, nerdy, wiry frame of a weirdo kid.
Looking like you're running the bookstore in a small Maine town somewhere in the central.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would
But
say if the question is like sandals and socks, yes or no, firstly, I would say you should do exactly what makes you comfortable. Mm-hmm. Then I would follow that up by probably not saying that doesn't look cool.
No, yeah. If you're trying to be comfortable around the house or just kind of do your own thing, go for it. Everybody should do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're trying to win some sort of fashion awards or turn some heads in a good way,
In a
sandals and
good
socks
way. All right, so
sandals and socks is a no-go.
same page. All right, Jeff.R.E.E., spit another one out. Thank you.
No problem.
What do you got for us, Jeffrey?
Ooh. In the spirit of the fact that the podcast is two longtime friends, right? This podcast here. Mm-hmm. In the spirit of the fact that this podcast is two longtime friends, pick the best on-screen duos in your favorite movies. What a great topic.
Ooh.
Jeff.R.E.E.
Yeah, that is a good one. Well, I think two of those great duos we disinvited from our party. Or sorry, two people
Yes, that's
involved
right.
in a great on-screen duo. Yeah, we
That's
disinvited.
Yep. They are a winning combo. Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. On screen, yes. That kind of like precludes like the direct, because there's a lot of director, actor / actress romance.
Oh, yeah.
Romances, or whatever you want to call it, relationships that are really great. Like, Wes Anderson, Bill Murray. Great combo.
Yeah, Scorsese, De Niro.
Sure. I was going to say Gene Wilder, Mel Brooks. Mm-hmm. But other on-screen duos. Bob Redford and Paul Newman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, they only have those two movies, right? Like the Sting and Butch Cassidy.
I believe that's true.
But they're so good, and their chemistry is so good.
It makes it seem like they were in every movie together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. What are some other good combos? Good duos? Good chemistry?
I mean, that Chris Farley,
David Spade
relationship was fantastic.
Yep.
I mean, even though of the movies they made, Tommy Boy, I don't know, I haven't revisited Black Sheep in a while, but I don't know if it stands up as high. But
yeah, it doesn't stand up quite as high, but it's not a throwaway. Mm-hmm. But it's regardless of the quality of the movie, like they are great in it.
Yeah.
Because they are, I don't know, they're just great in it. What are some other combos? Like there's Burt Reynolds, Sally Fields, which I don't really know enough about to comment.
I mean, I've watched Smokey and the Bandit a lot, and they are both great in it.
Yeah. Who else just like sweats chemistry?
Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks had great chemistry in Sleepless in Seattle, but I never saw their attempt at another one 10 years later when they did the You've Got Mail.
Yeah, I prefer Meg Ryan with Billy Crystal.
Ah, there you go.
Yep. When Harry Met Sally was that was a big movie for me for a lot of reasons. Like I loved the movie, and then it's Rob Reiner, so and then also Harry Connick did the soundtrack. Mm-hmm. Harry Connick Jr. and I was a piano player at the time, and all of a sudden like I was hearing piano music in popular culture, and it really tied the room together for me at the time. Who else is? Yeah, I was thinking initially like who's like career like. Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor did a number of movies together. I want to say three, at least three, maybe four.
Yeah, Silver Streaks, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Stir Crazy. And am I forgetting anything else?
I don't think you are. Yeah, but then there are other just like one time, like there's some great one and dones, like Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Good combo.
Belushi and Aykroyd.
Yeah, Belushi and Aykroyd, very good. Bill Murray and Harold Ramis.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They are great together. Oh, John Candy and Steve Martin, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, yeah.
They are
fantastic.
Killer in that movie. And while we're on Steve Martin and Michael Kite.
I got one for you. Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara.
Great one.
Yeah.
Great one. Catherine O'Hara. And
she should have been invited to the party, actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, she's...
that was a huge oversight.
Yeah, next party.
Next one, yeah.
Who else is really good to think about in movies when they're together? You watch them on the screen and say, I wish they were my friends and I was with them right now. Who else? The 80s, the 90s, the 80s. Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, and Carrie Fisher. I mean, that's like kind of a classic. Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones, though.
Ooh.
Even though they don't actually spend that much time on screen together, that whatever 3 to 5 minutes in the drain tube on the dam.
Oh yeah.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. Incredible.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
I mean, your Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan were so good together. They made 3 of those movies.
Yep. Like Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo.
Oh yeah, yeah. They came off as like an actual married couple.
Yeah, they really
in those
did.
Movies.
Who else are like good couples on screen? Oh, you know who's a great pair on screen? Tina Fey, who we also didn't invite, and Alec Baldwin in 30 Rock.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The unrequited romance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their relationship is amazing. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like drain the clock on this one, but you know what? We're gonna like stop recording on this thing, and be like, duh. We'll be texting each other.
Yeah. Can't believe we didn't say that.
Like, why wouldn't we say blank and blank, the most classic, like I don't know, Jimmy Stewart and Eva Marie Saint, or no, Eva Marie Saint. She was in Vertigo, right?
No, she was not in Vertigo.
Was she
in
Rear Window?
North by. What's that?
Oh, she was North by Northwest.
Yeah.
Was it Grace
Vertigo
Kelly?
was Tippi Hedren.
Tippi Hedren.
Yeah.
And Grace Kelly was in Rear Window.
Yes.
Yes.
That is correct.
Man, those are 3 good movies.
Yeah, they sure are.
Yeah, I kind of wish there was like off-screen combos so we could not think about any obvious choices there as well. All right. Do you want to? You got some more topics in you?
Yeah, let's do another one. I'm sure the on-screen duos will probably continue to pop into my head as we're talking about other things as well.
Feel free to throw it in there. You want to grab another?
Yeah.
Do you want to grab a topic from JEFF.R.E.E?
Yeah, let's see what JEFF.R.E.E has for us. It's been so long since we've played with him.
Like 5 minutes.
Well, you know, prior to 5 minutes ago.
Prior to an hour ago, it had been a long time.
Yeah.
Without sans JEFF.R.E.E.
I mean, last time we played with JEFF.R.E.E, I was wearing MC Hammer pants.
Like MC Hammer's actual pants that he mailed you.
That's right. That I bought on eBay for an exorbitant amount of money.
You bought it off eBay pre-internet.
Yeah. I went to an actual auction.
He probably did. Like, didn't he famously like
MC
lose
Hammer
all of his money?
pants.
Didn't like MC Hammer like famously like lose all of his money by like overspending while he was popular and not kind of planning for a day when he would in fact not be too legit to quit?
Yeah, I think it's something like he had like an entourage of like 1 million people and made sure all of them were well-fed, well-dressed, and well-driving fancy cars.
MC Hammer seems like a really nice person.
He does.
Yeah. But I bet he wishes he had some of that money back.
Yeah, bet he does. Well, he's a man of God now, so maybe he's praying for that money back.
Is that true?
It is true. Well, it's true that he's a man of God. I don't know if he's praying for money.
Let's check out this topic right here. We have... And thank you, JEFF.R.E.E, by the way.
Yeah. I'm just around to help you guys out with your stupid new game. Can we go play basketball?
Again, we don't play basketball anymore.
Yeah, we don't do that.
It's just we're not athletes.
No, we're not sporters.
We just have their feet. All right. This question, which I think will be a good last... I keep saying question. Damn it. Topic from the Convotron. The next topic. What are your favorite number ones? And I take that as... Oh, track one. So it is track one.
Oh, okay.
First song on the
Gotcha.
record. The best first song on the record. We don't have to, like, go from... Let's just start naming our favorite track ones.
Man, my mind goes straight to the Beatles, and there are 2 that jump out at me, and they both start out with count-offs. First, I saw her standing there.
Mm-hmm.
And because I already set it up, I'm going to say two. I'm going to say it again. The Taxman is the other one.
Yeah, that's a nice number. That's a nice track one. I think another great track one, you put the record on Big Barn Red off of Paul McCartney and Wings' Red Rose Speedway.
Yep.
There's something about that. I'm not good with song names. Just admitting that right now. So I'm just going to say like the first track off the album, and if I know the name, then great. And if I don't, judge if you want, but it doesn't make me love it any less. The first track off of OK Computer is a stunner.
Which I also can't think of the name.
I actually don't know the names to almost any of the songs on that album. Although I know the album to listen to it and sing along with it, like pretty. I mean, too much to a point you can sing along with Tom York sometimes. But I love that album through and through.
Love Is in Need of Love Today, I feel like really sets the tone for Songs in the Key of Life.
Mm-hmm. That's a great one.
Especially with that being like a double album too. It's like it's like, okay, I think I know what I'm in store for, even though obviously with this many songs, we're gonna take a lot of turns.
Satan Is My Motor from Cakes Prolonging the Magic as a stunner of an opener. Because it starts with just his dry voice, like right in your face. I've got wheels, and they have the kibas and everything. It's just, I think it's a really inventive start to a record. The first track off Amy Mann's Bachelor No. 2 as well. How Am I Different?
Oh, yes. That's a great song.
Yeah.
Want to Be Starting Something.
Oh.
Off Thriller.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Perfect.
You say that, and it's the 80s. I'm at home listening to it on. I've owned that album on nearly every format.
Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, we had the record, which I still own that copy of the LP. But then we got a cassette tape, the hot new technology of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And my older brother and I used to argue who gets to hang on to the LP and who gets to hang on to the cassette.
Sure.
And then my parents, their solution to that was once we had the dual cassette deck to make a copy of the cassette. So we had two cassettes now. Mm-hmm. And then the fight turns to who gets
the original
copy and who gets the original.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Baba O'Reilly.
Ooh, yep.
And I'll follow up that with a quick second. The Village Green Preservation Society from the Kinks.
Yes.
Are the Village Green Preservation Society.
I mean, there's nothing like a sort of like a concept record that starts out with like the title track that's like designed to set the stage for where you're going. Mm-hmm. I guess you'd say the same thing about like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Sgt. Pepper's a great start too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 5 years from Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars.
Solid.
I mean, you could cut subsequently each song off that record and have the next one be the first song, and it'd probably still be one of the greatest starting songs of all time. Mm-hmm. That album is pretty much flawless.
Yep.
Any other great openers, great first songs you put on the record?
I mean, there's so many.
I mean, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On?
Yeah.
I sent a copy of that to the president.
Yeah?
It was on his last day in office. It was like a little... I don't...
Oh, gotcha. I thought you meant the current president.
No. No. Although I don't know... I can't think of any person who could actually benefit from taking in the subject matter and really understanding it more.
Well, that's the key right there, understanding it.
Yeah.
I don't... Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Don't know if he has the facility or willingness to... or attention span.
Listen, I don't want to cause a big stir here on the show, and I apologize if I come off as very pissed, if I'm too stern, or if this is jarring to hear from me, Zach. But I am not a fan of the current president.
Whoa, I had you pegged all wrong.
Fuck off. All right, let's see if there's one more question in this stupid robot that we built.
Hey, man, I can hear you.
Sorry, Jeff.R.E.E. I was still pissed that Zach thought I liked the president.
I was misled by your red MAGA wear. Mm-hmm. But, there's a pandemic on and you just need to be comfortable, so it's not necessarily about the message. It's just the comfort.
Yeah. All right. Ripping off this, I have the last topic. This will be the last topic for today. Then we'll hang it up. Let these people get on with their lives.
For good.
Yeah, this is probably the last show we should have.
Yeah.
This topic says, we've talked about Ghostbusters, which we have, and other reboots. Let's talk about the Beatles remixes.
That's a good topic.
I'm happy to talk about it.
Yeah. Thanks, JEFF.R.E.E. and the Convotron 88.
No problem.
I don't even know if this is controversial to say. I think it's just a thing. Overall, I find them fascinating and interesting to listen to once, maybe twice, and then I can put them away and never listen to them again. I didn't think the other mixes were broken. I am a fan of... I grew up on the original stereo mixes, or at least the stereo mixes that were on the CDs that were released in the 80s.
Same.
Yeah, and the masters that were made in 2009, I think, were phenomenal, and that's my go-to.
Same.
But the remixes, the only one I found, I guess the one I found the least offensive was Abbey Road, mostly because it didn't stray too far from the original mix. But I still just go back to the 2009 remaster when I listen to it.
I will see your finding them fascinating. Of course, every time they come out, I do listen to them out of a sense of curiosity to see what they did with them. And then in the case of the White Album, I ended up stopping because they fatigue my ears so much. Like I feel like I've been listening to just a boatload of high frequencies. Everything's just loud about it. It doesn't feel, there's not subtlety. There's no, I don't feel warmth or a roundness to it. And I'm with you. Like those 2009 remasters are where it's at. And I would prefer that they would just release the multi-tracks, because all I really want to do is hear each individual sound anyway.
Yeah, and I feel like that's, the White Album is particularly exhausting to listen to. And I think that's part of it, is that like there's so many, obviously those guys were creative geniuses in the studio, and they found like all these little combinations of sounds and stuff like that when, mixed originally, like they brought just an overall vibe. And I feel like these remasters were kind of like, hey, did you ever notice that acoustic guitar back there? Let me bring that way up so it's obvious, or like, did you ever notice that weird mouth clicking, or all those little things? I feel like they tried to like pull up and make them more noticeable, that maybe they were just supposed to be part of the fabric of the song originally, and not a thing that your ears are drawn to at the same time they're drawn to a million other things, because the mix is so obnoxious.
Yeah. Like not every ingredient can be a garnish.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know that like Giles Martin like worked with his dad, on like the Love album and that kind of stuff, but like I just don't think. You know what interests me, my friend? Like give the White Album to Chad Blake and then see what happens there. Give it to some talented like mix engineers that are still doing good work, and let them like mix it, like do like a whole new mix of it, like with a whole new take. That I would find more interesting than trying to somehow augment. Yeah, it's like a reboot. I don't need it. Like, just a restored copy of the original.
Some recording engineer friends in L.A.
Lewiston Auburn.
Yes, exactly. Who have expressed, I don't want to say bitterness or jealousy, but they're probably both accurate words, at the fact that Giles Martin gets to, remix official Beatles releases, mostly because of his relationship to his father. I've heard people complain about, like, look at his discography, like pre-Beatles, or even post some of the Beatles projects. It's like, what has he done that makes him the guy for this job? Versus lots of other mix engineers that are out there.
But Sazzy, I want to mix the Beatles.
Okay, fine. Take the Beatles.
Let me mix the Beatles. I want them. They're nice and shiny. Everybody else has an album. I want the Beatles, and I want them now.
And I've listened to interviews with him on NPR where he sounds like, the real deal. Like, he's saying all the things you want to hear him say.
Yes.
And, he's well-spoken and intelligent, and, like, he sounds a lot like his father when he's talking.
He really
like,
does,
the way
yeah.
he constructs his sentences and stuff. So every single time I've gotten really, really excited about the remixes, and then I get them, and I'm just like, 2 listens, ready to go back to the originals.
Yeah, maybe it would have been best to have him be like the spokesperson, the executive producer,
Yes.
But
Yep, send him out to do the interviews, but let the other engineer do the mix.
That's right. Yep. All right. Well, Jeff.R.E., thank you for generating topics. Like, we legit didn't know what we were going to talk about today.
Yeah, it's great to hang with you again, Jeff.R.E. It's been so long.
It's great to hang with you dudes too, man. You're not going to put me back in that garage, are you?
Yeah, we'd never do that, Jeff.R.E.
You did it the first time. And it was your garage specifically, Zach. You put me in there. And you left me on. And I had to sit in the back of your garage with my batteries slowly running out for years and years and years. As stuff piled up in front of me, more new memories built up further and further away from the door. I got pushed back. So yeah, you were saying you'd never do that?
Well, Jeff.R.E., who replaced your 2 D-cell batteries and got your vocal cartridge working again?
It's only because you needed to make room for your elliptical.
Well, Jeffrey, you shouldn't blame Zach for all that. Like, I do, but you shouldn't. And we won't do that again, and we're really sorry we abandoned you. Life is kind of crazy, but it's nice to kind of be back and be centered and, be back with you, and hopefully we'll get to hang out again soon.
Yeah, you're one of us again, Jeff.R.E.
Thank you, Zachary.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us for the Convotron 88 show. And thanks to Jeff.R.E. and his programmers, who were us when we were children. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Later, losers. Bye.
It's time for Happy Hour, presented by Maine Spirits. Some people don't drink whiskey in the summer, and I'm not one of those people. Although I do kind of prefer gin in the summer because it's nice and refreshing, and bourbon's kind of like more my fall jam. Once in a while, a refreshing whiskey drink is just what the doctor ordered, no matter what time of year it is. So on that note, this year we're going to make a drink called the Manhattan Revise. And for tools, we will need a mixing glass, a bar spoon, strainer, and an old-fashioned or rocks glass. And for ingredients, we'll need the following: Buffalo Trace Bourbon, Chinar, maraschino liqueur, and orange bitters. Now let's build this thing. In a mixing glass, add 2 ounces of Buffalo Trace Bourbon, 3/4 of an ounce of Chinar, and 1/4 ounce maraschino liqueur, and 2 to 3 dashes of orange bitters with plenty of ice. Now stir, not shake, stir until very cold. Go to the left, go to the right. Strain it into an old-fashioned glass over fresh ice and garnish with an orange peel. Now, let's take a sip. It's still good. It's so good, so good. So what do you put normally in a Manhattan? We'll do the bourbon, you do some bitters, and you have your vermouth. In this case, we switched out the vermouth for Chinar and the bitters for orange bitters, and then we snuck in some of the maraschino liqueur, which is it's one of those things where you look at the price, you're like, I don't know if I should try it, but it really, you can apply it to many, many different drinks, and it's just such a tremendous flavor. I highly recommend buying a bottle of the maraschino liqueur and trying it in drinks. Just try it. Look up some recipes. Give it a go. It just brings a really zippy and cool taste. I can't even explain it. It's just like it lives in its own spot. It makes drinks delicious. This has been Happy Hour, brought to you by Maine Spirits. You can learn more about these drinks and other drinks at mainspirits.com. You can download their app for your smartphone or follow them on Instagram at main_spirits.com. And please, 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 drink deliciously and responsibly, okay? Spencer and Zach Explore the Universe is brought to you by Maine Spirits. You can visit them online at mainspirits.com or download their app or visit them on Instagram at main_spirits. The show is also brought to you by Bull Moose, serving Maine and New Hampshire's music, movie, video game, and book and trinket needs since 1782. Also brought to you by Sun Tiki Studios at 375 Forest Avenue or at suntikistudios.com. Spencer and Zach Explore the Universe is a Mistakes Were Made production.